Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we have a lot of things going on, also some potential things to be on the lookout for all throughout today. Some very good news, some very good restocks, some very good signs, some very good everything, and also I'll probably maybe make the topic of this video like a little bit of a more newer place to go get your PlayStation 5. We've touched on it a little bit on the channel itself, but I want to go a little bit more in depth and also talk about a lot of other things mixed in throughout this video. So if you guys will sit back, relax, and enjoy. If you guys see my face, I just did a little bit of a facial last night, so don't mind that. That should be probably cleared up after I go take a nice proper shower later on throughout tonight, and we can go from there. But if any of you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, or be subscribed for our ongoing PlayStation 5 giveaways, our fourth one we're giving on out. We have the Amazon links down below if you just want to check for cancellations, you want to check for warehouse sales or whatever. We also have the Twitter and Twitch stream, a link down below if you guys would like to follow up on either or, especially the Twitter. And of course, also the Weeble. Sign up for Weeble, deposit $100. You guys go get free stock, free money, super worth doing. And Coinbase, you guys go buy $100 worth of any cryptocurrency. You guys go and get free Bitcoin. Also leave a like on this video itself and comment down below your thoughts. So, a lot of things going on. I want to maybe talk about the more major thing right now for at least potential PS5. It is not confirmed. If I had to go guess, it'd still more so be on Friday if I had to go guess at all. But I want to bring this news to you guys right now just so you guys can kind of be aware. We've talked about Best Buy a lot as of recently, and basically we kind of know that they've been sitting on stock. We saw that they actually had Xbox Series X stock. We saw that they also had Xbox Series S stock. And the main thing we didn't really see too much was the PS5 digital stock when it came to Best Buy. But we also, just in the past like 5 minutes or so, by the time I'm recording this video, had an Xbox Series X restock up on Best Buy. So, number one, I mean, if you guys are trying to get Xboxes, maybe be on the lookout throughout the next few hours or so, because we do usually see the actual Best Buy drops, and a lot of other major retailers do waves of restocks. So typically, if you guys are still on the lookout for the Xbox Series X, keep on checking, maybe have the app open, maybe just have Twitter open or whatever, and you guys can go and see if there's any more waves. Now, it could just be out of stock. It could also be regional. We also, when it comes to a lot of these major places, like say for Best Buy, it kind of depends on your region. If you're in a very heavily populated area where a lot of folks are around you trying to also go get the consoles, like say you're in a city or whatever, it is usually a lot harder. But typically, if you're in more of a more suburban area or more so kind of in the middle of nowhere, for lack of better terms, basically that means you have a good chance to go and, of course, go and maybe go find the consoles, because it is in-store pickup typically. So like, let's go and say you have 10,000 people versus 100,000 people. It's probably more worthwhile, even for right now, if you guys are seeing this video for the first like maybe 30 minutes or an hour or so, to check the app, check the website, see if there's any other ways for the Xbox Series X and all of that. As well, just on Xbox news, we also did see Walmart do a restock for the Xbox Series S. We've been seeing a lot more of these restocks pretty much everywhere floating around when it comes to all these consoles and everything. So it's very nice that we're seeing a very big wave of the Xbox Series S's pretty much everywhere. We're seeing them in walk-ins, we're seeing them on websites. I think even Amazon had a little bit of a small restock too as well for the Xbox Series S. So that kind of just ties it into being somewhat aware if the Xbox Series X does any more restocks. But the main reason why a lot of you guys watch the videos more on the PlayStation, be on the lookout throughout the next few hours or today for the PlayStation 5 at Best Buy. I do not want to say it's guaranteed because we still have not seen any digital PS5 stock when it comes to the PlayStation 5, but I do think they're going to probably want to wait for that stock to arrive to actually go and sell them. But there also is maybe a chance that there is some at the warehouse and it arrives over at Best Buy, and as well maybe there's just a chance that they actually got them throughout the past 2 days or so that we have not seen any news throughout the weekend from like our employee contacts or whatever. So be on the lookout either way. We do usually know Best Buy usually does drop more so on Friday though, but I did want to give this warning out here because it kind of was a little bit from left field. It was a bit more on the different side and just kind of not what we were 100% expecting, especially for on a Monday. Same with all this other Xbox news everywhere. We also saw a lot of the actual proper Microsoft, I think like the PlayStation Direct Microsoft type deal or whatever, also dropped twice this week. So the Xbox is actually free flowing pretty much everywhere, even with the Amazon drops too. So I know a lot of you guys are out there still trying to find those as well. But as I mentioned, PlayStation 5, Best Buy next few hours. Be on the lookout. It's not guaranteed. I'd probably still put money maybe on later on throughout this week on Thursday, Friday. But the fact that they are dropping, there is movement, is always very good. As well, I do want to go and touch on for like the new place, quote unquote, to go and get your consoles. So as of right now, at least in the time of me recording this video, it also might be worth it for you guys to go check throughout the next, like I'd say 20 minutes or so, 30 minutes or so when it comes to this video, is that GameFly is actually live. Okay, I think it also kind of depends too, as well as I mentioned, when it comes to like if the like the video, how long it takes to render and stuff like that, or how long you guys are watching, maybe like 2 hours from now or whatever. But when it comes to that, Gamefly did go come in clutch and did go do a drop today. They'd actually have a PS5 bundle with the basically an MLB The Show for PS5, 2 controllers, and also 9 months of 2 rentals at a time, which is kind of lame. It was around like an $800 bundle, so a little bit more on the expensive side. But of course, when it comes to all this stuff in general, it's still a console, it's still retail, it usually kind of goes and sends them out really quick. So while you guys are maybe kind of thinking like, why is this a new way? We've seen and heard about Gamefly before. Gamefly actually has, at least based on the previous drop too as well, completely changed up their system, and that's why I somewhat actually recommend it now if you guys want to go get an early or get your subscription or whatever in on for it. They also do have the free month as well, but I think you need to have a little bit over a month. But no, so kind of like 2 major things on this. Gamefly bundles themselves are actually kind of up there for a long time. Even on the websites, they do usually go and say like, hey, it's sold out or whatever, but most of the time it's actually up there for a lot longer than you expect. So good examples, maybe on even the website, there are people getting tweets saying like, crazy, just sold out. And even Gamefly is like, nope, go and refresh, keep refreshing. So even if the website ever says out of stock, it might be worth if you guys keep checking throughout the next maybe like 20, 30 minutes or so, depending on when this video goes live, etc. It's always really hard as a YouTuber, that's why I try to tweet it out if I can, but also I have a job too, so it's kind of, it's hard, it's really hard. So I'm just letting you guys know that there always could be restocks, there's always restock waves, and especially I think more so the bigger news is on the Best Buy drop if that happens. I still don't think it will, but just letting you guys know. But when it comes to Gamefly, the more newer thing is if you guys are actually a member and you guys actually have your membership email basically sent on up, they, at least on the previous drop, and I think for this one too, I actually had an alert on this myself early on, unless it was just from an API ping, where basically that Gamefly itself will literally go and be like, hey, we're doing a drop in the next hour or so, be on the lookout, here's early alerts, etc. And they actually completely changed up their system for members, because I know they're trying to go get back to all the members for the Gamefly community to go and get their consoles. So it's kind of like a brand new way that they kind of switched up the system, switched up how pretty much everything is kind of doing for Gamefly. And when it comes to the actual drops themselves, it does actually kind of seem, at least in terms of right now, it's been up for like 15 plus minutes. And that's why I'm even saying it might even be worth checking if you guys do have Gamefly itself to go and see if it's in stock or not. But it is kind of a brand new way. We've seen Gamefly do sales beforehand and also kind of tied in with the members, but before they never kind of gave that like kind of pre-early access slash like kind of early leak on it. And as I mentioned, at least up on Discord, I did actually go see a ping saying that they actually did send stuff on out early. So it's just really nice. Basically, like you guys can see all the tweets for sure, but when the company kind of gives you an early access or early like mention of it, it's usually sometimes very nice. So be on the lookout for that if they do. I'll give you guys a double check on that later on throughout the video or throughout the week or whatever, if I can double confirm on that. But Gamefly actually has had okay-ish stock, a little bit more on the expensive side because it's bundles, but it's always a really nice kind of somewhat out of the usual way that I actually haven't made a video on them in a very long time, so it's kind of like a somewhat new way in case you guys are new, because we've gotten a lot of new subscribers too as well since the last time we even talked about Gamefly. And Gamefly is legit, it's a game subscription service, and I guess also as well, you also do get the 9-month service. I myself am always more of a fan of just normal consoles. I just have like a normal like $500 disc or $400 digital, either or, but if just anyone out there just ever wants more stuff, you guys always can. So just be on the lookout for that. It's kind of somewhat newer ways to go get the consoles, more so with the notifications and how they switched it on up as well. And one little last kind of thing to kind of do on the tail end of this video is I do want to go touch on the NEWEGG Shuffle, because I have the chance to have you guys over here to kind of give you guys the rundown, because this also is technically a new way to go and do it, in case you guys I always mention it, but I never really talk about it in depth too much. So just kind of take this video as more of like a, hey, Best Buy potential, Walmart had stock. Also, like, kind of just be on the lookout too as well for all these other smaller things like Gamefly and NEWEGG Shuffle, and like kind of give me a chance to kind of guys talk about it, I guess. But anyway, when it comes to all this stuff, if you guys are curious, we always do mention the NEWEGG Shuffle. You basically have a certain set time to enter into the shuffle earlier into the day, and then they usually have a bunch of different other options. So like here, 3060. You have the actual, really nice gaming monitor. You have all the other graphics cards. You have the actual PlayStation 5 bundle, which you guys are probably curious on over here. PlayStation 5, PS5 bundle, white and black. And also the controller on over here. So you guys can even see the combo price for $769. And it kind of shows that, like, hey, there's actual things going on. Here's a normal bundle too as well. PlayStation 5 bundle, white and black with the controller. So you guys can kind of see like the different types of bundles available. And also the price points as well. A little bit expensive, but they are bundles, so it does make sense. And of course, all the also GPUs and CPUs mixed on in, the 3080s, 3070s, motherboards, gaming monitors that are very in high demand as well. I always kind of touch on this, but kind of give you guys an example. And then this would also be, we could sometimes talk about this, whenever they actually go and they sell out, or the shuffle is all over, either or. If they have additional stock, they will sometimes list it on the Newegg website. I mentioned this a lot up in my videos. They kind of do it like every other day or like stuff like that. That's why I mentioned a lot in my videos. But basically, they will go list it if there is leftover stock sometimes, or maybe they just kind of save throughout the week, and then maybe on like a Friday, they'll drop all the stock. But of course, always don't forget that a lot of these items are in very high demand. So even for me, if I was in a shuffle and I had been selected for a PS5, I'm probably going to go and get that. So just letting you guys know that. But like I said, these are kind of both two pretty new ways that you guys may have either heard of if you guys are really inside of this, or if not, as I mentioned, I've got a lot of new subscribers. Gamefly, they send out sometimes alerts. They have good websites. If you have your subscription for over a month, they actually do have the bundles up for quite some time. And as well, also, it's kind of nice for anti-botting, anti-scalping, because people have to pay the actual money to actually go do it or maintain the subscription. And they kind of drop at least, like, I'd probably say like every 3 weeks, a month or so, give or take. And then also the Newegg stuff we've been mentioning a lot in the videos. I just want to go a little bit more in depth on that for new ways to get the consoles. And of course, as I mentioned too, Best Buy has the potential for some waves. So as you guys are watching this video throughout the rest of the day, be on the lookout for it. I still think it'll be a little bit more on the delayed side, but I want to keep you guys up to date with all this Xbox news. Same with Walmart. There's a very small chance. Kind of doubt it though as well. And then same with GameStop and PS Directs. We are still on the lookout for that throughout the rest of today. So be on the lookout for all of those. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Hope you guys didn't mind me kind of talk about this one / recapping up on this. Hope you guys all have a good rest of your days, good rest of your nights, all that good stuff. We'll have more videos later on. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. Make sure you guys are subscribed for the PS5 giveaway. Amazon links down below if you guys are going to check. Twitter and Twitch stream as well. Link down below. The Weeble, sign up for Weeble. Deposit $100. You guys go get free stock, free money. Coinbase, you guys go buy $100 worth of any cryptocurrency. You guys go get free Bitcoins. Go down the actual, I guess, later on videos all throughout today. See you guys all later. Love you guys.